really tough, Tom. I mean, when you look at it, not just these first 2 games, really every game they've played in Toronto. They've allowed 45 runs over 6 games. No surprise, they've only won 1 game so far at the Rogers Center. It's historically been a very tough place for the Orioles to play, but obviously these short starts aren't helping. I asked Brittany Ghiroli yesterday what makes this place so tough to pitch in, and he said he thinks it's the fans. The crowds are really into it. They've been selling out a lot over here, and I think it's just a very, very threatening opposing atmosphere for them. And really, you saw Gallardo yesterday. He admitted he kind of got in his own head a little bit. After he issued those back-to-back walks, he said it became a mental game. He lost his game plan, and they're hoping that Chris Tillman today does not succumb to that same issue. We know the first inning has been a problem for Chris Tillman. We saw Gallardo yesterday with that almost 30-pitch first inning. Hopefully, Tillman can get a little momentum. He seems to be the guy, Tom, that's been able to right the ship several times when they've needed him. Hopefully, he can come up for them big today.
Brittany, when you go back during this losing streak over the last 5 games, the Orioles have given up 30 runs, but in 5 innings, they've given up 21 runs. They've been hurt by the big inning. Obviously, they have to stay out of that, I would think, today.
Yes, and when you look at it, too, the bullpen has started to crumble here, and I don't know if that's a combination of things. You know, the starters haven't gone deep. They've been using these guys way more than they've wanted to, and you saw Brad Barak get a few days off on purpose. Buck doesn't want those guys in the league leaders when it comes to innings and appearances and things like that. So you're starting to see some of these guys be a little more inconsistent. Michael Givens struggled yesterday. It was only a 2-1 game when Gallardo came out of that game. They still could have salvaged an okay outing by him. The line looks a lot worse because Givens really struggled, and I think the bullpen, keeping the bullpen strong is another problem for them, and that's really why they have to go out and get another starter.
Now, Brittany, the trading deadline obviously is tomorrow for non-waiver deals. We see Andrew Miller going from the Yankees to the Cleveland Indians. What's the latest on the Orioles trade rumors?
Not a whole lot, Tom, unfortunately. You're going to hear their name continue to come up when it comes to starting pitching, available starting pitching. I was told nothing imminent on that front, unfortunately, and you've heard this before in trade deadlines past, the Orioles really don't have the farm system to compete with some of these other clubs. I mean, MLB.com released their top prospects. 3 of their top 8 are guys that they just drafted. Hunter Harvey, who had Tommy John surgery, the only guy in MLB's top 100. So there are people that are liked in that organization. Chan Cisco, left-handed hitting catcher. People don't know about his defense. Chris Lee, who right now is hurt in AA Bowie, is a guy that the Orioles have been asked about a lot. So there are some prospects, but it just seems like the Orioles are going to have to give up an awful lot. If you look at the haul, like the Padres commanded for a guy like Cashner, to get back a pitcher who's just not very good. So I think what they could end up doing, what they've done in years past, is maybe pick up a guy after that deadline sometime in the month of August, like a Joe Saunders type of guy to kind of help stabilize and at least eat some innings.
Well, Brittany, we appreciate your comments. Look forward to chatting with you real soon. Read Brittany Ghiroli on MLB.com.